Hello, hello, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you let me know, no? Is it working? Is it working? Is anything happening? No, the t-shirt is not pink. How are we? You can see and hear me, good. I'm using the little mic tonight. The Rode, or Rode. Hello Kirsty, hello Mandy, hello Botrix, hello Kippers, hello Horace. I'm sat back, right, so you don't need to worry about me. I'm right there against the back. I'm fine. I've punched in slightly so you can't see up the legs of my shorts, but I haven't zoomed in properly because no one needs to see that. Off to the shop, be back in a sec. No worries, Kirsty. Get us all some sweets. I've changed the background, but I haven't changed it to anything football related, apart from the fact that it's Borussia Dortmund's ground. I mean tonight's football related. There's nothing French or Austrian about it, unfortunately. I didn't have time. I only finished work at 7 and I was just sat there melting. Which is not good. Cheers. Yay, dough. Which is like played out, only a mistake. Esther, how you doing? How's things? It's still fucking hot. I've had the windows open for ages. I have my fan on me down there, but I can't use that because it's too loud. But the sun is just directly onto the window, so it's obviously red hot. I'll have to have a shower after I finish this. See if I can cool myself down slightly. Can you hear the TV in the background as well, or is it just me you can hear? It's a shotgun mic, so it should just be what you hear from this side, not from that side, to be honest. But that doesn't always work, does it? I had a look earlier on as well on the old internet. I don't know whether or not the OBS vertical streaming software means you have to do a normal stream and a vertical stream at the same time. If it is, that'll be very, very confusing. I will have to start doing loads more work. Just to prep work rather, just to make sure that the two are knitted together. So when I press something on one, it works on the other. But we'll see. Yakida. Man. There's no need for how warm it is. Dropped my daughter off at work this morning and it was fairly cool. I had to have a gilet on. I was going to call it a body warmer, but the kids won't know what that is now, will they? I had a gilet on because it was fairly cool. When I picked it up earlier on, R5, it was face meltingly hot. Prost indeed. Slange, yakida, cheers la. So up, Kippers, you quiet today, mate? I need to put more thought into these things. I need a better angle so I can either show more behind here or I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm sure I can do it better. Certain I can do it better. Also, I can change the filter so it's live chat rather than top chat. So, who do we fancy for tonight? Who have we got? Austria or France? I know I've just said Albania, haven't I? What a stupid gimp I am. Austria or France? Right, the correct answer would be France, but then the correct answer for the last game would have been Belgium. And look what happened there. Correct isn't always right. Or vice versa, is it? Right isn't always correct. How's everyone doing? Have you had a good day? Is it warm where you are? Is it stupidly warm where you are? Is it too hot? Are you melting? Are you burning up? Are you sick of me asking questions yet? I'm moaning about it being hot. I'm sat on a bed which has got a duvet on with a fleece blanket over the top of it, and I've got a fluffy cushion behind me, and I'm moaning about it being hot, and I'm next to a bear. I wonder what Kippers is leaning on, but it's the screen border here. He's leaning on me. And leaning on Horace. The bros, man. The bros for show. It's been nice, but it's clouding over now. I wish it was here. The sun is absolutely melting the pavement. It's stupid. Mbappe needs to get a kick in the nuts so you've got a chance on Friday. To be honest, even if he did, I think the swelling would have gone down by Friday. Needs a bit more than the kick in the nuts. But that would be a start, Esther. That would be a start. There's something very European Championships stroke World Cup about Austria in a Puma kit. I can't imagine them having any other kits. Any would look completely wrong. Has to be Puma. Give it 15 minutes. I bloody hope so. I've had enough of this sodden heat. Once the game's finished, I might go for a little wander up to the top of the street and back. I don't need to go to Tesco. I do need to go to Tesco. I needed to go to Tesco. I didn't pick my prescription up. What an absolute knob. I'm out of pre-gabbling, which means I won't have any to take tonight or tomorrow. Fuck's sake. Oh well, I'll have to go tomorrow. I have got a bottle of wine though. I found one last night and didn't open it. Ginger's crossed, yes indeed. Ginger's firmly crossed. I like those Anthem jackets, the French ones. Nice. I like a French kit as well. They do it well. And Lecoq Sportif, one of my favourite kit makers of all time. The best Everton kits, pretty much on the whole, have always been Lecoq Sportif. But they've got Nike, haven't they? Fucking hate Nike. With the generic bollocks. Caramel wafers, yes, I need Tunnocks caramel wafers as well. I can get them Tesco doesn't close till midnight, but the pharmacy closes at 8 o'clock. So I can't go and get my prescription. Great national anthem as well. I can just about hear that in the background. Calm down, lads. It's only a footy game. Waiting for the Belgian... Hang on. Kofi kit. I thought I said cut your kit. It's like watching Gogglebox. What do you reckon of it so far, Kippers? It is a bit, isn't it? The telly's only there. I should have a second camera pointing that way, shouldn't I? Only I'd end up getting all kinds of copyright strikes, and we don't want that, do we? Not that we're getting closer and closer. A ginger Austrian? I don't think I've ever seen a ginger Austrian. Right, well there's one good part in there, so not as good as yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? Tintin in English it is, yeah. Not only have they done the kit the same colour, they've also done the anthem jacket. It's the same as his coat as well. Fantastic stuff. Evening ladies. Yes Steve, this is not another ladies night. We can't have that kind of filth turning up, can we? That was debauch that last night. Absolute total and utter filth. Right, adverts. Shall I commentate on the adverts? Here we go. Oh, Beckham doing adverts like he hasn't got enough bloody money. You grabbing bastard. Why is the chat duplicated? I've been having some very, very strange things going on. In fact, that wasn't there earlier on. There's I had a few issues earlier, as usual. Thank you for pointing that out, though I can't even see that. My computer's down there, I can't see a bleeding thing. No worries, no worries. It is. I did love it as well. It was funny. Yes, the chat was duplicated on the screen. There was 2 windows open when I only added one, bizarrely. Well, Austria, Lindner, Hedel, Trautner, Arnautovic on the substitutes bench. Who else is on there? Danilo, we know them, don't we? Brice Samba is on the bench for France. Pavard as well, bloody hell. Some players on that bench for France. Jinxie, how you doing? The red kit looks orange, or is your telly broken? Your telly must be broken. It is very, very red. Jeff said it's the kind of red of the blood of his enemies. Jeff always says that to him. Does it look more relaxed, me leaning back? Less attentive? Casper, how you doing? You alright, bud? Right, well, we're 10 seconds in and France haven't scored yet. They're fucking shite. Do you know what? I know this is the France away kit, but I always like it when teams do that. Especially teams that play with white shorts and then coloured shirts and socks. When they swap them round. Some of my favourite kits are the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland away kits. White, green, white, look fantastic. Holland, white, orange, white, same as the Blackpool kit. Blackpool away kit during the 70s. My dad was there for about a month or two and he had that kit. Loved it. This is a scarily good French team, this. Not too bad, Casper, not too bad, mate. Apart from being too bloody warm.
Fucking!
Don't be kicking him, you naughty bad villain. Oh, and by the way, I did try and put all the other stuff on there, like it's coming up, it's there. But OBS has decided to be an absolute knobhead today. It is not playing ball at all. Do I remember the Coventry City brown kit? I do. Sponsored by Talbot. My dad played against them when they wore that. The big T on the front. Who was playing for them at the time then? Who was the ginger fella that played up front for them? Remember him? What was his name? Oh. Major jump. It's turned down as well. It's not up high or anything. It's all very odd. OBS is being very strange. It can't be that loud. I'll make sure to turn it down for future reference. There's a couple of things I wanted to put on screen that I can't because, again, it's being an absolute knob. Even the things that I've left in the visual scene that I've got, the ones that I do on my normal streams, I can just tap something and it comes up. None of them are coming up either. It is very, very, very odd. I don't like it. Ian Wallace, that was it. Do you remember him? Ginger. I think he was Scottish. A little ginger sod. Played for Coventry. think Teddy Yorth might have been playing for him as well at the time. My voice is a bit quiet. Is it too quiet? Don't know why it's too quiet. It's in the orange. And as an audio engineer, you will know yourself. You don't want to be above the orange. You don't want it to be clipping. So I don't know why it's too quiet for you. So to air, Mandy. So to air where we are. Fred Macaulay, it was indeed. I love that. When boo isn't enough. Fucking boo. Tackle, lad, go ahead. France needs to have a more pronounced pinstripe in the shirts. Always. Any of you see the Denmark-Slovenia match? I saw about 20 minutes of it. But I've been working today, so... And yesterday, and the day before. Is that a pink and blue striped top hanging on the wall? No, that's gold and white, that one, Kirsty. That's gold and white. The famous Barcelona colours. As I'm sat here wearing my yellow t-shirt. Oh, quality bit of kit. Great to see Christian shine. Ericsson, yeah. Good to see him play football again, to be honest with you. Never mind shine. After what happened last time out, the last championships. Ooh. Give the keeper the eyes, did the lollipops and all the other Ron Atkinson bollocks. Pace is unbelievable. Spanish referee, that isn't it? I recognise him. What's wrong with these players? Don't they realise there's cameras absolutely everywhere? They're going down acting like they're injured and there's nothing happened to them. Someone earlier on was holding the face, wouldn't have been touched in the chest. We can watch it, you know. Don't ask what colour I'm wearing. What colour what, Mandy? Naughty. Is it a black t-shirt or a blue t-shirt? It's gold. Gold and white. It is actually navy blue. Or pink, if you ask the lovely ladies. It's petrol navy. There you go. Ellie, how's it going? You alright? Get up, you absolute knob. The tattoo game's a bit weak here today, isn't it? Not a huge amount on show. One parting and no tattoos. This is a piss poor European game. We're not having it. Simply not good enough. Oh, hang on, no, don't do that. Played okay in the first half. Slovenia came back in the second. Too bad you couldn't hold on to the lead from the first half. I think the main thing is in these games, though, the very first group game, don't lose it. If you lose your first game, you are really struggling. If you get a win or a draw, then you know you can go into the next couple of games with a little bit of confidence. Yes, your last conversation was rudely interrupted by me hitting buttons, and also rudely interrupted by just tech in general. I deleted 3 lives, and when I've gone back into OBS now, 2 of those lives are back on there, waiting to be done. It is just insane, man. Why can't anything ever be easy? Can it? Can it, Kippers? No. And now the birds are singing. I can hear them. Black with a hint of white and light blue, and the writing's in light grey. You're missing the yellow, the red and the pink on here as well. Benjamin Sesko had an unbelievable kick there at the post. I seen that, yeah. Yeah, buttons were pressed. Buttons were pressed. Ooh, good effort. They do look sharp, the French. Very, very sharp around that penalty area. Lots of good movement. Mandy, they are pinging the ball as well at times. There's lots of pinging going on. Do you like to ping it? Do you like to ping it, ping it? Jays, would you stop with your red, yellow and pink, me hole? Well, it's just as red, pink and yellow as me fucking top was black the other day, so you started it. Black my arse. Helen's chilling out next to you and says hello everybody in a Dr. Nick style. Hi everybody. It is all different shades of pink. 50 Shades of Pink. Which I think is a slightly different video if I remember rightly. Hi Helen, yeah. Right back at you, Cleopatra. Remember the broom cupboard on the kids' telly? Yeah. Waiting for Gordon the Gopher and Ed the Duck to pop up. I don't think they'd be able to pop up at all. I think them two have seen too many dodgy things over the years. There needed to be witnesses for the accused. Apologies to Helen if your imagination gets out of control. What about to everyone else? Your imagination got out of control last night, didn't it? Thinking that my t-shirt was fucking black for a start. As if anyone under 6'2" would wear a black t-shirt. That's a nice stat, by the way. I like that. Well, it's more than 15 minutes, Mandy, and that sun is still absolutely ridiculous. It's too hot, man. Silly boy. You can't raise your studs on the net. Do you know these things? Maximilian Verber with a yellow card. Handcuff dominatrix, yeah. There was lots of that going on last night. Definitely 50 Shades of Pink. The Garney life. Your phone's broke as well, you see a black t-shirt. It's navy. About 90% of the things I wear are navy. And there's a reason behind that, by the way. Something I was telling my dad last week. Pretty much all of my clothing, bar the occasional bits and pieces, can all be thrown in the washing machine at the same time. There's no separating darks and lights and what have you. They're all dark, they can all go in, apart from a pair of pink shorts, a couple of creamy t-shirts. Apart from that, they're all dark, man. Which way's the wind blowing? Don't know. I'm stuck in the house. The window is about 15 yards that way. I'm in the west wing at the moment, so I don't know what's going on. But that's north, so that there is west. That's pointing towards the alley one and that Jackie one over there. That's east. That'll be towards Esther. And that's south. That'll be Saf. All roads south lead to Saf. Piss poor effort, that Antoine lad. At least he's got a fairly normal haircut this time, hasn't he? He hasn't dyed it pink or got long flowing locks. Just get your hair cut, you scruffy sod. All blue t-shirts, no red ones. Definitely no red. Lots of navy. A black one now as well. I've got one black t-shirt. Plenty of blue, loads of navy. Have I got anything else? Yeah, everything just goes in together. No messing round. Yep, that's them. Work smart, not hard. Always thinking. How warm has it been today? Casper, when I picked my daughter up this afternoon, it was 21 degrees. And it doesn't feel like it's cooled off any bit at all. And I know 21's not particularly hot, but It is when you're sat at your desk next to the window and the sun is on the window, at which point it becomes very hot. Luckily, I had my fan next to me, which was blowing red hot air right at my face, which isn't that superb? That's how you cool down. Just have it blowing red hot air straight at you. Do you know what? I should have brought it with me. Got a beer out the fridge and then put the fan behind that, shouldn't I? I'm blue dabba dee dabba die. I am. I'll have to hand wash my new t-shirt then. I do hand wash because it's really good for the hand in the hot water. Well, warm water, not too hot. So it's a different sensation. And then squeezy squeezy. The feel of the soap on the hand as well. All good. Good exercise as told to me by... I suggested it, of course. But my physio said it'd be a good idea. Go and get it done. So I did. So I did. You've got to say the position I'm in is a lot better for me back. I am leaning. And I've got the bears with me. He might do a half-time haiku. We just don't know at the moment, but yeah. But, like I was saying, Ali, it's red hot in here, and this is on my bed, which has got a massive quilt on there, massive duvet, and then it's got a fleece blanket over the top of it, and I've got a fluffy cushion behind me, so it's like I'm sitting on fire. But at least I'm naked from the waist down, so that cools me down slightly. The sun is high this time of year, it is, thankfully. As someone who had to do a lot of driving during November, was it? November, December. Going across the moss towards the east early in the morning. It was ridiculously low. Dangerously low. But I bought some very nice sunglasses, which worked wonders. Although I think I need my eyes testing again. I think my eyes might have deteriorated slightly since I got them done last. Lean on me when you're not strong. Yep. I used to sing that at one of the women in our work. She was a practitioner, a pace setter practitioner, which used to be called Lean, which is the Japanese art of Kaizen. Just ripping out all the uselessness of a company. Toyota did it and became the biggest car manufacturer in the world. So whenever I saw her, I'd sing Lean on Me, and it annoyed her so much. So obviously I kept on doing it, because you would, wouldn't you? You'd noticed I was naked from the waist down. Did you have a tip off? Yeah. Of course you sang it out loud. I didn't want to, but it popped out, so to speak. Go on, lad. I wonder if Upper Meccano's got a younger brother called Darmy Lego. Dad joke. You were singing it as you typed it. It's one of those songs, isn't it? Once you see it, you have to sing it. Apart from the fact that I can't sing because of, explodey brain. Having something cool around the wrist can be nice as it cools the blood. Ah, that's a good thought. What can I put around my wrist? That's cool. Must have something. Or there must be something on Amazon. A bracelet or something that you can put in the freezer or the fridge. I'll look into that at half time. Get up, get up. N'Golo Kante. Where's he now? Is he in the Middle East? Is he in Saudi? Oh, to be fair, they did get an absolute fucker of a whack there. Sorry, N'Golo lid. Don't be scared, Steve. She won't bite hard. The wording of that worries me slightly. Is the port's hatch open for the takeout? It should be, yeah. Why not? I mean, obviously, if you'd have suggested this earlier on, I might be able to do something about it, but yeah, why not? Steve, Ali scares the shite out of everyone, to be honest. Our little ginger ninja. So I got some freeze gel. I have. The unfortunate problem is the freeze gel also contains a menthol thing, a component to it, which then warms up the skin underneath. So it cools it down and heats it up at the same time, which is wonderful, and it feels great on the knee. But there's no way on earth I want it anywhere near my wrists or behind my ears. Not a chance. Feckers, you've opened it anyway. Is right. That's it. Get the ale in. It's all on the house as well. To hell with the consequences. It's only money. Free bar. It's funny as well, when I was doing the thumbnail for this particular stream, I always try and I'll Google famous people from the country. Obviously most countries I know who I'm going to pick anyway, but putting famous Austrians in, Mozart was the number one. I'm surprised he was number one. Can you think of anyone else from Austria who might be slightly more famous? Aye, can you? Can you? I'll give you the clue. I'll be back. I see. You thought I meant Hitler, didn't you? No, Tiny. But I went for Mozart anyway because, you know, highbrow and all that. And worked well alongside Claude Monet. Gave a good vibe, man. You found more snacks. You're not sure if any are in date. They should be. Stock rotation, people. Stock rotation. New at the back, older at the front. Your hatch is only open for a brief period, normally about an hour after you wake up. Is this following the coffee as well, Steve? Thought about a certain Adolf yet. You'd think he'd be the first one to come up, wouldn't you? But no. Mozart. I think Google are trying to look a bit nice and a bit highbrow at times, despite the fact that they're selling our information off all the time. There you go. Service currently unavailable. Pain in the arse, that is. Freud is Austrian as well. There's quite a few famous Austrians. Like I say, one of them normally sticks out slightly, and it's not fucking Mozart. And is it just me, or has anyone else got the same thing? I can't hear the name or the word Dusseldorf without hearing it in a Geordie accent. Just fucking Dusseldorf, man, eh? Maybe it thinks you want another type of service. The chat's working. Are you saying the screen's not working? Because look, it's working here. Oh, good effort. Look. Where's the pictures? Where's the picture? It's there. Oh. Aye, I'll be the same, Pat. As soon as I hear see Dusseldorf, it's just in a Geordie accent. It's mad. You can all still type, but when you type it's stating the service unavailable. What? There's no moderation on. Let's have a look. Right, so it's still working, but you're getting some kind of error. This is not the same as the other day when Kirsty was live, and it just stopped showing people's messages. Something else happened then. This is not the same. Strange. Change to error encountered. What? This is all because I've leant back. Too slapdash. I've got to lean forward to make things work. Can't work out why that is. I presume you've tried changing it from top message to all message to top message to all message. Oh, oh, oh. Should have scored, lad. Austria should have scored there. Man, got to take those chances. When you're up against the best teams, you've got to take them. Can still carry on. When a wall's around waist height, you call that obvious saying height because that was the height of the walls when they filmed them bricklaying on TV. Of course, they had to have them there so you could see them. It looks like Jimmy Nail has laid a few bricks in his time. He looked fairly decent at that, to be honest. I say from an outsider looking in, obviously. I've only laid a few hundred myself, and that was just helping my mate out in his back garden. But he looked like he knew what he was doing. It looked like he had a certain verve to his technique. Safari Sagudi. Ooh! An own goal, is it, yeah? Verba with an own goal. 1-0 France. Has he ducked out the way, has he? Oh, man. When your luck's in, your luck's in, man. It's like when the cast of anything crowd on one side of a table, yep. And also, nobody in films ever says goodbye when they hang up a phone. Bizarre, isn't it? So the computer that I normally stream on, is that in my room now? It is. But it's there. It's over there. I've got a very long room which used to be, when the house was made, it was a garage for a car to fit in. You would not fit a car in here. So now it's a room and it's long and thin. And I've got it split into two. I've got a massive bed this end. Then I've got a TV which cuts off quite a lot of the room. And then the other side is where my office area is. That's where I do the YouTube stuff and where I do my work on a day-to-day basis. So it's over there. It means I can't see the TV if I go down there. If, on the other hand, this was on BBC, I'd quite happily watch it on the iPlayer. I'm not sure about the ITV X Player thing. Don't know how good that is, but I'll do the iPlayer next time, and I'll just sit down there anyway, and then it can be normal-ish. Yeah, how's Chruby? I know it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? But this was, I think, part of the problem that I had when I was upstairs in the bedroom up there. I had my bed, and next to it there was the desk with the work computer on it. So if I woke up during the middle of the night, my work computer was there. As soon as I woke up in the morning, it was there. As I'm going to bed of a night, it's there. And it was constantly just chipping away at me, which I think created a little bit of stress that I didn't need and aggravated everything else that I had. At least with this, I've also got a folding thing down the bottom there that can completely cut off the room. So I don't want to see anything down there. I'll just open that up and it completely blocks off that end of the room. It's very, very good. Out of sight, out of mind. And even now, even though I work down there, it's also the YouTube area, so it doesn't feel like a work area. It's much better, much better. Ruby came to work today. She was chasing the ball for pretty much most of it. She's been asleep all night. Ah, go ahead, Rubes. Yep. Rubes is Steve's Doug. Steve's not a builder, he is the builder. Dembele is absolutely insane. He's like Schrodinger's footballer. Remember seeing him when he was at Dortmund, and then when he went to Barcelona. And it's like, this lad is going to be one of the best players in the world, and then the following week you see him, he wouldn't even get in the Everton team. The only consistency he's got is that he's inconsistent. But consistently inconsistent. It's because it's covered in flags, not very office-like, exactly. Plus there's a bloody big camera with a massive lens on it and a huge studio light and all kinds of stuff. It looks very, very much like it isn't somewhere to do normal work, and yet that's exactly what I do. Steve's a Flintstone worker. Are you, Steve? Definitely not a cowboy builder. Steve knows the score. No cowboying around. Kirsty, you don't have an office. Neither do I, but I've got an office area. I've decided that's what it is. It's good, it really does. It makes a change. Being able to separate the two parts of the room. Oh, oh, oh. Poor effort that from Mbappe, poor effort. 1 minute. 1 minute of extra time, injury time, sorry. Time added on, whatever you want to call it. Flintstones, meet the Flintstone, yep. You're repairing a 200-year-old flint wall at the moment. Then you're rebuilding a huge brick pier on a fancy hall. Very nice. Proper manly that, isn't it? No wonder you got a massive beard. Somewhere for the testosterone to go. Whereas I sit at a desk doing paperwork all day. That's why I can't grow a proper beard. I'm convinced of it. Jeff is a cheap bollocks. Jeff also didn't change the what he was going to say today, did he? Lessons are being learned all over the place here. Yeah, France better not win. You do have a lap desk. Do you know what? I have as well, which I use for eating my dinner off. But they are really handy. I had to have one when I came out of hospital. Very much needed. Steve showing off his builder's crack. The election's coming up, by the way, so if you're not registered to vote, go and do it. Oh. Tired boy. Tired boy. Got home from dropping Jess off this morning. It was, she was in work for 8:30, so I was back home for about 8:45. Made myself a cup of tea and fell asleep on the sofa. And yeah, I'm still shattered. No es bueno, man, as they say in Japan. We like big things and we cannot lie. Subway advert. I remember I went to the Subway by our work and the girl behind the counter said she could make it a foot long for £1.60. The bloody hell, cheaper than Viagra. Dad joke. Why haven't I got any of my stuff here? Why isn't it working, man? I'm not even putting new sources in. It's existing sources. There should just be a trigger for them. Don't tell me I have to buy another Stream Deck just for the bed. The pin score is working. It's working well, is it? I could probably do with moving it up slightly so you can see the goal scorers underneath, but again, that wasn't working earlier at all. So I'm sort of pleased. I have to redo that every time I shut the computer down and start it up again. So every time I do one of these streams, I can't just leave that as it is. It has to be redone and resized constantly. Next time, when I do it on here, I am going to get me laptop, on the desk and I use a mouse, and I'm going to make sure it's done properly. Where's Sean Ryder? Sean Ryder's there, and for some reason I can't trigger him. It's annoying. I should be able to trigger him from here, and I can't. No. Frankie's not working either. No. So annoying. But ironically, I can trigger Boo, although I won't, because obviously it'll make you all scared. So annoying, man. Yeah, Alison's not the problem, she is the solution. She is the solution to a problem we didn't know we had. Footy's only 4 weeks, but do I need an excuse for more toys? No, I don't. I've got the app on here and it's still not working properly. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? You've been a wild headed for many a year, and you spent all your money on your yawl in here. No, nay, never. Frankie the dog. No. Frankie Howard. Whenever there's anything slightly risque mentioned in a stream, up pops Frankie Howard. Apart from yesterday, because it was pointless. The entire conversation was just absolute filth. You would have been a permanent fixture. You would have been permanently up. Buy another big one, use the small one for bedstream. The big ones are really expensive though, unfortunately. I think they're expensive. How much are they? I think the small one's about well, there's a mini which has got 6 buttons on. There's the small one that I've got that's got 15, and then the big one's got 32, I think it is. The 15 button, I think you can get hold of them for about 115, 120 quid. The big ones though, best part of 200. Unless you can pick one up off that there eBay there. I'll look though. What the? Where's me Dougal, man? Where's me Dougal gone? Let's have a look. I'm googling Stream Decks. I didn't even want one. Right, the big Stream Deck, 215 quid at Curry's. Gotta be cheaper than that somewhere. £205 at Toman UK. Yep, 200 quid at least. And now if you want to try and buy them on eBay, 180 quid. You're saving 20 by buying one from eBay, which is second hand. Why would you bother? Pay the extra 20, get your receipt, get a warranty with it. Or a refurbished one for 195. I mean, come on. Just buy a new one. Stupidly expensive though. And all it is a macro switch. Literally, that's all it is. Mandy's demanding OnlyFans. Then it would be only manned because no one else would be paying to watch that. Horrific. You know what buttons to press? The ones that aren't bloody working, yes, obviously. eBay or Gumtree. eBay. Yeah, I haven't even tried Gumtree. Don't even know what I'm talking about. Steve, know all the stuff that pops up on the screen and the fact that I move between scenes on streams. It's all done by pressing little buttons. Macro buttons. Every button that you press does something specifically on the stream. And I can't trigger anything while I'm here because I haven't got them with me. They're over there. But still, there's nothing to trigger on here, which is the pain in the ass. Oh well. Cash converters, yeah. What's a macro switch? A macro switch is anything that you can write a little bit of a program to. So this is what it looks like on the app. There's a mobile app for it. You can tell each button what to do. When I press it, open up this picture, this little video, or change cameras to do Horace's haiku, or change it to go and do Jeff's video or something. Each one of them I trigger by pressing a button, and the macros you can write them. Once I press, move to this, do that, trigger this, open that. Makes streaming, I was going to say easy. It's never easy streaming, but it does help you out. What you can do, you can use a number pad off a keyboard and you can set all them to be different things, but it's difficult to see which is which then. You have to really know in your mind which button does what. Whereas on a Stream Deck, you can do little pictures on the front, so it'll tell you exactly what it is. Click, 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 and off you go. You wouldn't pay either. You have to when you're streaming, and your stream has got as much rubbish in it as mine has. If you're just straightforward sitting in front of the camera like this, it's no big deal, but when you're triggering all kinds of stuff, when you have to have Sean Ryder jumping up every 5 minutes, you need a thingy thing. It's an editing thing. It's a trigger, a set of triggers. It's, if you ever seen anyone in a TV studio, they press buttons to go to different cameras. It's just the same as that, to be honest. But you can teach it to do different things as well. Like whenever anyone goes up a level, I'll click a button and Sean Ryder jumps up singing, "It's there." All that has to be done manually, but I can program the buttons to do what I want it to, and then there's a little picture on the front of the button that changes whenever you can put an individual little picture in or wherever you want, so you know which button does what. Because believe it or not, those streams are very, very complicated. I know they come across as looking extremely amateur, but they are really complicated. Multitasking is done. I've got to look at the camera, remember to look at the camera, read the screen, read the chat, react to the chat, press buttons to make sure the right things are popping up at the right time, and not swear too much, which is difficult. Used to get great deals at cash converters. Also great to sell your crap. Also fantastic for people that like to inject themselves with things to go and get money. Lots of bagheads like to go to cash converters. You wouldn't pay for me OnlyFans? Nobody would. Bloody hell, man. Who'd want to look at this, for fuck's sake? That's why I'm sat in a darkened room with no lights on me. I need more beer. I'm going to go and get another beer. I should have done this at half time, shouldn't I, really? Slippers on. Oh, Christ, there you go. See? Fluffy cushion as well. Right, I'll leave you with the lads. Back in a sec. Right, well, I've got a black... Hang on, where's my app? I've got a black carpet, and I'm in the dark in the room, and there's cables everywhere, which is an absolute nightmare, obviously. What have I missed? What have I missed? Let's have a look. Ron Vogel Memorial Bed Stream. It is. I ran off. I stormed off in a fit of pique. Not having this. I'm not standing for it. Man. I ran out of beer. I need more beer. He is there. He's coming up. He's coming up. He's there. I'd have been back quicker as well, only me nephew was talking about record cubes. You see, Antoine, if you had a normal haircut, that would have stayed on. Stupid boy. Kipper's neck needs restuffing. I think it's because he's been battered over the years. He doesn't like to talk about it, but Horace is a bully. Should use one of those travel pillow yokes for my neck. I'm alright. I'm comfy. It's okay, don't worry about it. Although I could do with one for on the sofa when I fall asleep of a morning. Oh, has there been a sub at half time? Or was Saran playing from the start? I missed that. Take me to the bear ladies in the repair shop. Boss them two, aren't they? They always take such care with the bears, even though they're not real, like obviously. It's always as if it's someone's kid. Man, they could fix him. When you say fix him, what do you mean? Fix him as in sort the neck out, or fix him as in emasculating? There's two types of fixing there. You know, if France just up the quality a little bit here now, which they've got in absolute abundance, pinged the passes in a bit more, were a bit less casual, I reckon there'd be loads of goals in it for them. But everything just seems to be a little bit slapdash, half-hearted, not quick enough, not careful enough with the ball. Kirsty's a license to drill. She has, absolutely. United have offered up to 60 million for Jared Branthwaite. That'll buy his left leg. He's worth a lot more than that. A 2-footed, quick centre half, English, 6'5", solid as a rock. If you're paying 80 million for Harry Maguire, you're paying over 100 million for Jared Branthwaite. Or he's not getting sold. I think we don't need to sell him. It is crazy money, Ali, but that's the going rate. He's English, so if any English team signs him, counts as a homegrown player. He's equally adept with his right and his left, although he is predominantly left-footed, which again is a rarity in itself. Big lad, big solid lad, extremely quick, comfortable on the ball, a good passer. If you want to take him away from us, you have to pay through the feckin' nose. What? How has he missed that? Is this the reason why whenever anyone says about Erling Haaland or Mbappe being the best player in the world, Messi and Ronaldo are still better than the pair of them? Not as good a goal scorer as Haaland, probably not as quick anymore as Mbappe, but they don't miss chances like that, and they're better footballers as well. Tarjeta amarilla. It's a foul, man. A day trip to Rhyl. If you won the lotto, what would you spend your money on? First things first, there's a brilliant farm up the road from us. A little 3-acre farm building with just a couple of fields around it. Not proper farm, but you know, I'd buy that and then build the bear's paws there. For real. And buy a Mercedes SL Pagoda, a 1968 or something. And then get a bionic left arm, obviously. You'd like to go on a cruise. Where would you like to go on your cruise? There's lots of different types, isn't there? A Caribbean one, a Nordic cruise, a Scandinavian one. You'd probably puke on the ship. You would. There you go, Kirsty. You buy a library for a home. I'm glad you were listening to me. Isn't that a great idea? Move into a library. And just keep them constantly restocked with books. Treat your family and friends to something. Scorn and contempt, treat them to that. I would. I'd make one and you'd be all invited. And then we'd film it. Well, would stream it live on YouTube. The actual pause. Yeah, Steve, you wouldn't want to be in a ship with 10,000 people. I don't like the idea of it myself. I mean, we get the big, huge cruise ships in Liverpool, and they look insane how big they are. I don't like the idea of being stuck away from land. As much as I love the water, it'd have to be somewhere close to the land. I wouldn't mind one of those Nordic ones going around the fjords of Norway. That's alright, but yeah, I don't think I'm a cruise type of dude. Ali, you're going to get your own private ship. Turn yourself into some kind of Russian oligarch. Gregorich, Verber, yeah, off. Arnautovic. He must be at least 48 now, him. Some dame on the Euro Millions recently won £70 million. Jeez. It's a lot of money, that, isn't it? Go and get Saf from the Southern Hemisphere so you can annoy him in person. I am absolutely 100% sure he'd be delighted with that. Japan for you for starters, Esther. Good. It's a nice place to go, by the look of it. Alright. So, you're going to tag team Saf, are you? So to speak. Tag team annoyance. Poor Saf. All you need then is to get Angie as well, and you've got a trio of people trying to take his socks off him. Kirsty, Japan and then New Zealand. Sounds very good. I wouldn't mind doing that, or that entire area. Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam. My mate was over there when that big tsunami hit, and we never heard from him for ages, which was a slight concern. And then he turned up one day in Liverpool. So he'd survived a tsunami, and the first thing that anyone said to him as he walked in was, "Big wave!" Like that. For fuck's sake. There's people died in that. Behave yourself. Poor Saf your ass. You bully him. There's no need for it. He's an artist. He's a tortured soul. Leave him alone. I was going to call you a big bully, but there's nothing big about you, is there? Apart from your attitude, young lady. You love the Norwegian cruise, Casper, as well. Mostly a Greenland cruise in summer. I can imagine it's absolutely stunning. The waters always look so clear and obviously absolutely freezing bloody cold, but looks amazing. Is that, or you go and annoy Steve in person? I'm sure with that amount of money you could do both. Annoy Saf in person and Steve in person. Oh yeah, do you remember when the twat from Norfolk won 10 million and wasted it all? Was that Mikey Carroll? Was that his name? With his wet look gel and his Rangers t-shirt, and oh man, what an absolute knob he was. My I think second cousin won 12.3 million on the lottery, and asked his dad, should I buy some new woodworking tools? Fucking idiot, yeah. So he bought himself a new overcoat, a new jacket, and his brother went out and tried to buy a Ferrari. Our kid will pay for it. It doesn't work that way, mate. I think he ended up with one in the end. He did. He got one. It filtered down to us. I got an Everton season ticket out of it, so I was delighted with that. A long time ago when we was fab, you know. Ali, I thought the first thing you would have done is hire Steve to go and work for you, to go and build something, and then just go and sit in a deck chair watching him, drinking ice cool drinks and shouting abuse at him. That's what I pictured, to be honest. Scandinavia appeals to you as well, does it? That's not too far away. Emil, how you doing, mate? Are we rooting for France or Austria? I think probably Austria, because anybody who supports a team in the Euros who wants to win it will think that France is the team to beat. So if they lose a couple of games and don't get through, everyone else has got a much better chance of winning it. I think anyway. And I'm sure the likes of Germany, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, England will all be looking at this, hoping that Austria can get a result. Just even a draw, if nothing else. Good to see you anyway, Emil. Good to see you, mate. Ali, you're not a bully. You're a lovable, slightly unhinged ginger ninja. The unhinger. Yeah, rooting for Austria because you've got to play them on Friday. Al Francis. Kirsty, you're the same. Only you're a clumsy ninja. You're an injured ninja. Steve wouldn't charge you. The police would do for unnecessary cruelty to a hard-working man, I think. A family friend was a magistrate back then, yeah. Had Mikey Carroll pulled in front of him. Said that when he had his mates with him, he was a tit. When he was on his own, he was like a child. That sounds about right. And always the way, trying to show off. Got all that money. You could have a decent life, and yet you waste it by being an idiot just to impress your mates. Stupid boy. That wet look gel was unforgivable as well. Diet Coke break. Da 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 da. There you go. Svalbard would be good. I like the idea of that place. That does look lovely there. I like to go and watch a football game at that place. There's a proper football stadium or little football stadium thing at Svalbard. Looks fantastic. Save. Good effort, good save by the keeper. Again, this is exactly what I said earlier on. If France were a bit more careful, treated the ball a bit more like it meant something to them, they'd get 2 or 3 here easily. But everything's a bit casual. They're not taking enough care with the passes. It's a bit sloppy. All very half-assed. I wouldn't be happy if I was Didier Deschamps. Alright, so he's yeah. A caravan chap. Ali, you're off. No worries. Cheers for turning up anyway. Much appreciated. Thanks for coming in, causing absolute chaos and then pissing off. as always. Ooh, Austria on the attack. Koundé, what a player he is, man. Who did he used to play for? Was it Getafe or someone, or Osasuna? I'm sure it was Getafe, wasn't it? Back when he had a massive afro. Hell of a player. Always knew he was going to end up at Barcelona. Didn't he go to Valencia as well? Possibly. I don't know. I can't remember. Yep, Ali, missing you already. Had a friend that worked on Svalbard for 5 years. Took tourists out with sled dogs daily. That sounds like a hell of a job, that one. Imagine that, being paid to actually just bomb around Svalbard. Or Svalbard, whatever it's pronounced. I'd like that. I'd have to get me decent coat out though. Can't be getting a chill on my belly, can I? Steve's blushing, but you can't see it because it's covered by beard. Easy to hide behind those beards. Alright. Ousmane Dembele and Adrien Rabiot off. Who's coming on? Who's come on there? Didn't see that. Kolo Muani. Oh, and Camavinga. Yep, there you go. We've said this before, haven't we? At this stage of the tournament, the points are more important than the performance. But it's there for them. Just be a bit more careful in possession. Treat the ball like it means something. Possession is hard won. It's not to be given away lightly. Never get why you switched that job out with being a boarding school teacher. Especially as polar bears are probably slightly less dangerous than boarding school kids. Stumpeg on YouTube with some fantastic videos about football clubs and matches in northern Scandinavia. Crazy place. I know my dad said when he played there he couldn't get over it. Playing a match and you've got the Northern Lights in the background, as if it's nothing. They did a tour, they went to Sweden. I think they've done Denmark as well. Sweden, northern Norway, very, very northern Norway. Into the Arctic Circle, northern Norway. I think when they were over there for that tour as well, Alan Ball Senior was over there. That's Alan Ball's dad, the Alan Ball who played for Everton in England. His dad was over there, and alcohol was so expensive that any of the lads that could spare some of the duty free, give it to him, and made sure he had a decent stock for a while afterwards, months afterwards. He couldn't move for the ale. Lovely, lovely man apparently. Man, you give up, some of your messages are disappearing. Right, so it's not me, there is something going on at the moment. It's Jeff. It's Jeff, man, it's got to be him. There's something going wrong today with the tech, it's all down to him. Such a pain in the arse. Norwich have just appointed a Danish manager, have you? I haven't seen the news at all the last few days. If you work in Norway, you don't pay taxes in June and December. What? Norway also has a massive deficit, not deficit. What's the opposite of a deficit? Surplus. Fucking hell. What's the opposite of can speak English? Nick. Yeah, surplus. And they're a socialist country that works. So the American government don't want anyone knowing about it, because then their own people will say, hang on, this works. Why can't we stop capitalism, please? And then they'll be disappointed. It's fine your end. Yeah, but it looks like if there's messages disappearing, I don't know why. Right. There's no one's blocked. There's no words that are blocked, I don't think. Unless it's just Jeff being an absolute throbber. Yeah. You wondered whether the reflection of the match in my glasses was troublesome. There's nothing troublesome here. Johannes Hoff. Is he bringing his wife, Susanna, with him? Alright, now I'm blurry. Right, I can see that there. Why is it completely sound on there though? That's bizarre. Why is that? How can it be absolutely crystal clear on that, and yet it's terrible on that? Right, give us a sec. 1 second, Foccarinis. Right, 1 second. That'll go off. We'll get there. It's Jeff. What's he doing? What is going on? Is that working now? The other thing I can do now, which I couldn't do earlier, if need be, I can use the other camera, the good camera. Hopefully that's working now. Bizarre. Yep. Focus. Focus. Norwegians drive to Sweden for cheaper booze. Sweden goes to Denmark and Denmark goes to Germany. It's the circle of life, isn't it? And of course, completely legal, given that it's the Schengen area. Just seems a bit stupid, the fact that they keep ale so expensive in certain places when you can literally just get in the car and go and get it cheaper over the road. Oh, hang on, what was that? I was wondering what that was. It was me pillar, me cushion. Hoi, how do we? I'm clear again, yeah. Yeah. Should have been first time, that referee. There's just not enough care and attention here at all. Ever word, did he? Ooh, good play, good play. See, just that little bit of sped up. A bit more care and attention into what you're doing with the ball, and they create a chance. Don't give it away easily. And don't be stupid fouls like that. Or rather, yes, do that. Let Austria score. Oh, get up, you absolute shitbag. Not watching the game, Steve. They're playing all right, France, but it's all just a bit too casual. I'd say if they just took a bit more care of the ball and the passing was a bit more crisp, there'd be 3 or 4 ahead here easily. But it's just a bit too casual. Which, oh, see, casual defending again. It's the kind of performance that I think Deschamps will go absolutely apeshit with them over. They should be way ahead, and they're not. Mbappe, if you know, good in a boxing ring if he's going down off that. Soft shite. Uh, Griezmann looks like Rudy Fuller, yeah, with that mullet. My uncle used to look like him. My dad's younger brother. At the same time, during the early 80s, same thing. Moustache and a curly mullet. Awful. Yeah. Filthy sob when he spat at Frank Rijkaard. Horrible. Other way round though, wasn't it? Rijkaard spat at Fuller. If France are losing, obviously they're playing shit. They're winning though. That's the thing, Kirsty. They're actually winning 1-0. But they should be about 3 or 4 nil ahead. And it's all far too casual. Their manager will not be happy. Didier Deschamps is looking more and more like Paul O'Grady as well, as every year goes by. It was, Steve, it was. Rijkaard spat at him and it was stuck in the back of his curly mullet. Horrific, you shouldn't be doing that. Spitting at people. That's why my dad ended up getting deported from Greece. Oh, he has, he's broke his nose, hasn't he? Mbappe, sorry lad. Maybe he would be alright in a boxing ring. And blood everywhere. You can tell I watch loads of rugby league, can't you? Someone going off with a broken nose. Get up, you fucking coward. Mwene off, Prass on for Austria. For Autriche, Österreich. Ali's back. Back again. Losing the plot, Steve. Don't worry, mate. It comes to us all. Mbappe, the soft bastard. Good. Give him the card. Can't be having players doing this all the time. You were off the pitch. Stay off the pitch. Griezmann off as well. Yeah, Griezmann and Mbappe off, obviously. Going to have his nose resorted. Fofana and Giroud. Hell's Giroud, man. Still going strong. Nine minutes of time added on. And Austria have made another change. I fucking hate this. He's just caught his face on the lad's shoulder and is now doing imaginary elbow. I'd make that a yellow card every time someone goes like that. He elbowed me, ref, and then he can go back and have a look on the screen and it's an accidental finger on the chin or something. Yellow card them. Shitbags. You'll know about it if someone elbows you. You won't be getting up saying to the referee, but he elbowed me. You'll be going to hospital with your face in a sling. Cheating bastards. Steve gets what he wants off Helen. Cake, mainly cake. You can be the main course. Ali, you're not big enough to be a main course. You're a second starter. Yeah, here you go, an appetizer. Yep. Go out to get an appetite, but you eat at home. Very wise thinking, that, Stephen. Very wise thinking. Ali's not watching, Manly's not watching, you're just here for the Bears, of course. They're having a go, Austria. Having a proper go. A right good go, as they call it in North. Having a right good go. Right, yeah. As if you're going to get handball for that. Behave. Steve, you're not watching, you're watching me on Gogglebox. I'll be rich and famous this time next week, you watch. Oh, that's got to be an open goal. France have missed an open goal. Olivier Giroud. To be fair, it's on his right foot. I think he's left-footed, isn't he? Awful. Ali's too hands-on, as always. Ooh. Header from the Austrians almost went in. I think did he get a corner off this? Yep. Took a deflection. Go on, hit it, hit it. French on the break. Good play from Thuram there. Very smart play. You got me on the TV so Helen can read what you degenerates are saying. That's you degenerates, not me. I'm a good boy, me miss. Is that it? It is. Do you think it's all over? It is now. France win 1-0. But at what cost? Kylian Mbappe is up with a broken nose. Ah, my nose is in killing me. Will he miss the next game? If it's broken badly, they don't really like you to play, do they? Because you can cause all kinds of trouble. It affects your breathing. Means when you go for headers, you're always worrying about it. Yes, very interesting. And it was only an own goal as well, of course. Oh well. Wasn't the worst game, but it wasn't the best game at all, was it? Yep, Helen, take Steve's phone anytime you want to join in. You know you're welcome. Right, so Helen tries from the inside, but it's not always successful. And Mandy, you've reached the point where the outside collapses. We're having full-on knitting technique chats going on. This is very, very niche. Oh. You're right there, Horace. You're right, lad. The poor bears seem tired. That must be having to put up with Jeff 24 hours a day. Poor sods. I'm surprised that Horace isn't grey by now. Helen can't get used to the telly talking to her. You're an international superstar now, Helen. You know that, don't you? We couldn't have the stream without you. There'll be Helen merch coming up next. You watch. Are you ready for that? Helen, ready? At least Mbappe doesn't play football with his nose. Yeah, but if you're going up for headers, you need to watch out if you've got a broken nose. Even when you're running as well and everything's bouncing around, you can end up with blood down the back of your throat and it makes breathing really difficult. As I know to my cost, seeing as though my nose wasn't this shape when I was born, or even when I was an adult. It took a lot of effort from a few not so gentle men to make it this direction. It's got an S at the top of it now. I should have got it straightened, but I never did. Maybe that's what I do when the lottery comes in. Bionic left arm, replacement knee, nose straightened. Could work. Could work. Horace is black. You thought he was blue. He's light blue with pink highlights, obviously. So this must be the only chat in the world where every single person in it is absolutely fucking colourblind, like Darius. Crazy behaviour. You can play it, make it a hell of a lot worse. Not just the nose being worse, but it's the breathing. You struggle. You can't breathe through your nose anyway, so you're trying to breathe through your mouth. And if there's blood dripping down the back, then when you're trying to breathe in, you're also swallowing blood and inhaling it at the same time. It's horrible. And imagine when your nose is shattered, if you're running, sprinting full pace, everything's bouncing up and down. It's horrible. When I broke mine the first time, I couldn't play for a few weeks. At least a few weeks. I had to give a chance to settle down a bit. Did I break it by playing football or by tomfoolery? I broke it working behind the bar in the pub. There was a funeral in. I came in at 11 o'clock in the morning and it got to midnight. And they wanted serving. I said, well, we're not serving, we're closed now. And they started getting a bit boisterous. One of them went behind the bar to try and punch me mate. So I grabbed him. And then his mate thought I was trying to punch his mate. So blindsided me. Smacked me in the face, broke my nose. When I was on the floor, someone was volleying me in the head. My dad wasn't in at the time. He was, I think they were on holiday, to be honest. Otherwise, the lad wouldn't have got away with it. And it was a mate of mine who did it. So it got smashed into bits. And then as it was healing, I was arsing round with my mates that I worked with. And one of them accidentally broke it again. Purely accidental. So it went in a different direction this time. And then I think I had it broke again after that. Playing football. So instead of going straight at the top, it's got like a series of S's, like chicanes at the top of my nose, which can make breathing very difficult at times. Especially when I was playing footy afterwards, years afterwards. I could never seem to get my breath at times. I mean, asthma might have played a part in that, but the nose as well, definitely. I should have got it straightened. I didn't. I got a tetanus though for some strange reason. Why do you need a tetanus if you had your nose broken? That was a pain in the arse. Literally. Yep. As I say, the fella who done it as well as a mate of ours, and he was so embarrassed about what happened. He could barely come anywhere near the pub for like months afterwards. My dad barred him for a month. But it was like, he was drunk, it was a family funeral. So everyone's emotions were all over the place. If he could have took it back, he would have done. But it happened, so I wasn't going to fall out with him over it. One of those things where you live and learn. Don't do it again, and I don't think he has. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's worse things to happen, isn't there? And worse things to fall out over. He apologised and shook my hand. End of story as far as I was concerned. You only broke yours once back in 2007, Casper. Something you don't feel the after effects of today. Be thankful. I do. And I don't know if my breathing would be better, if my asthma would be better, if I wouldn't sneeze as much, I don't know. But the whole area is not right. Definitely not right. Lotto tomorrow though, and I'll go and buy a new nose. I'll go and buy Michael Jackson's old nose on Wednesday. How's that? Do a video of it getting fitted. I'll get my nose retreaded. Yeah, you know, someone who's broke it. He's had so much trouble with sinuses. It does, the whole area gets affected because, of course, the ears, nose, and throat are all connected. So if you get a problem with one, it can then have trigger effects on the other things. So your whole head at times feels a little bit like there's a lot going on in there that shouldn't be going on in there. But I live to tell the tale. I've had worse things happen to me. Oh, man. Anyway, that's the footy done. So, got to start looking at finishing this off. So I can go in the front room and have a nice glass of wine, put my feet up and try and relax a bit. My back's not sore, so maybe that's helped tonight. Maybe this is the new position to be in. Could well be. Don't break the middle leg, definitely not. No, 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 no. Can't be doing with that. Sounds too painful. You'd have to wear a kilt after that, wouldn't you? Couldn't wear anything that was too tight with the swelling. No, no. Anyway, cheers. I will see you all. Well, see you all tomorrow night if there's a game on. There will be a game on, won't there? There's always a game on. Game on. Cheers, and I'll see you later.